proclamation from the office of the mayor. We'll start out tonight with the Martin Luther King Day proclamation. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to advancing equality, social justice, and opportunity for all, and challenged all Americans to participate in the never-ending work of building a more perfect union. And whereas Dr. King's teachings can continue to guide and inspire us in addressing challenges in our communities, and whereas the King Holiday and Service Act enacted in 1994 designated the King Holiday as a National Day of Volunteer Service and charged the Corporation for National and Community Service with leading the effort. And whereas since 1994, millions of Americans have been inspired by the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to serve their neighbors and communities on the King Holiday. And whereas serving on the King Holiday is an appropriate way to honor Dr. King, through service we can build more equitable and just communities to underpin racial equity, expand civic opportunities, and foster respect for individual differences. And whereas the King Day of Service theme this year is shifting the cultural climate through the study and practice of Kingian nonviolence. This theme defines the 2024 King Holiday observance events and programming while serving as a compass for all the work we will do in the upcoming calendar year and beyond. The pioneering work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. demonstrated that Kingian nonviolence is the sustainable solution to injustice and violence in our world, ultimately leading to creation of the beloved community where injustice ceases and love prevails. And whereas each of us can and must contribute, support, and implement projects that increase economic opportunities, improve education, support veterans and military families, help combat the opioid crisis, and help communities prepare for and recover from disasters. And whereas citizens of the city of Auburn have the opportunity to participate in events throughout the city on Martin Luther King Day of Service, January 15, 2024, as well as create and implement community service projects where they identify the need. And the office of the mayor hereby proclaims Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day as January 15, 2024 here in the city of Auburn.
Thank you. With us this evening is Reverend Robert E. Wilson, who chairs the City of Auburn Human Rights Commission. Reverend Wilson, would you meet me at the podium, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and just give honor to the council, the rest of your respective positions in the community. You know, as I was sitting for a few moments contemplating, I was asked if I would share a few words, and I was in this same spot last year, and not that this award has anything to do with me specifically, but it's for those who stand on the shoulders of Dr. King and all those who went on before us. You know, those men and women who stood in the gap. And I often think of what our world is at this point in time with all the hate and things that are going on. You know, Dr. King, you know, and I was thinking about hope and faith, because Dr. King, he was a man of faith. And most of his writings, you will often see those words, faith and hope. And I stand here today, you know, we have so much going on in our communities, in our country, around our world. And it just seemed like there used to be a time that we could dream. But it just seemed like there's too many dream killers in our society today. Too many situations. And you know, Dr. King said that we must accept finite disappointment, but he said never lose infinite hope. And you know, I preached a sermon a few weeks ago about the difference between faith and hope. And you know, some believe that faith and hope, they're the same, while others believe that they're vastly different. That faith counteracts hope, and I believe that hope has its place in helping us align our thoughts and expectations toward the appropriate exercising of our faith. You know, Webster defines faith as the unquestioning belief, complete trust of confidence, and hope is defined as a feeling that what is wanted will happen, desire accompanied by expectation. And so looking at Webster's definition of both words, one deals with a belief while the other is feeling with an expectation. I especially like the second definition of hope, desired, accompanied expectation. So faith is present tense. What's talk about what's taking place right now in this place and in this time. And hope is one of the finest responses of which the human spirit is capable. It has kept people alive and fighting when the conditions of life were most unbearable. Many have died because they lost hope. Hope is a vital part of our spiritual and our natural lives. And see, we must heed the inspirational quote of Dr. King when he said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Nothing in this world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Hate is too great a burden to bear. You know, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And some not too distant tomorrow, the radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine over our great nation with all their scintillating splendor and beauty. And I don't know, but did most of you even know that there's no such thing as darkness? Darkness is nothing more than the absence of light. And there's a great writer that said that we are the light of the world. It is up to us collectively and individually to let our light shine in the dark world in which we live in this day and in this time. You know, a great writer by the name of the Apostle Matthew said, "Let your light shine before men that they may see your perfect work." So whether you're timid or outgoing, you're called to be light to the people around you. It's your light, love, encouragement, and acceptance that could draw them into the light. And as I close, last year accepted this same award. What we need is love. Too much hate, too much animus, too much vitriol in our country. And as a pastor, I tell a lot of people that we think that we can legislate, we can talk things away, we can have DEI meetings, we can do this and that. But until we start showing love, we will never accomplish what Martin Luther King is about. But you first must learn how to love yourselves. You first must learn how to let go of the pain. You first must learn to accept one another. You don't have to love one another. There's a lot of people who I don't love. I even like to maybe choke a few. That's a joke. I say that, you know, sarcastically. But at the end of the day, Martin's dreams lives on. It's up to us as individuals to carry on that dream. And I thank you for this opportunity, and I accept this award humbly on behalf of all those social justice entities, not only in this city, but all around this world, because we just need to keep hope alive. Thank you so much for this opportunity.